not just that. Shawn Michaels is going to wrestle Hulk Hogan. It's not just that. The Rock is going to come back. The Rock and Roman Reigns are going to have a confrontation on NXT. It's not just that. Becky Lynch is going to wrestle a mop. And it's not just that. Vince McMahon's going to return to TV.
Basement Bookers Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Basement Bookers Podcast. It's your boy, Basement Jay, with Rich the Riz, and this is the Fastlane episode. If you haven't already, please like and or subscribe to our channel. According to analytics, about 80% of you are not subscribed, and you're watching. So if you could please do it up, helps us to know that you're there and we're not screaming into the ether. Without further ado, the basement champion, Rich the Riz, everybody. Round of applause here. Yeah, so right, everybody. We're high energy here now, but it is very late and I'm very tired. And we're going to get on here right now here to the Fast Lane prediction episode.
Ba-na.
That's right, everybody. The first match on the card that we don't even know if it's the first match of the card will be, of course, the Seth freaking Rollins, the fashionably disadvantaged versus the Shinsuke Nakamura. The story is that Seth Rollins is he's got a broken back, he's broken down, he's run down. Sounds like they're trying to do the Bane storyline, Nightfall from Batman back in the day. Listen, don't believe the hype. This of course brought to you by Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, whatever that is, that game, and not this podcast. So there's no advertisements here, no pay, no money, and plus we'd have to check a box. So don't even worry about that. Wow. Well, Rich, there's a lot here. You're the champion. What do you want to say about this match? What with what we know, with the knowledge that we have, Mondays.
Well, given the recent events surrounding Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship and everything, I feel like the time is ripe. Now, by that, we know Seth is a revolutionary. He's a visionary, right? So I feel like Seth is going to pull out the win barely over Shinsuke Nakamura by outsmarting him in this last man standing match. And then Priest will cash in. But obviously first, most importantly for the basement championship, Rich Riz here, champ, retaining both myself and Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay. I agree with the sentiment that Seth Rollins will retain his championship. He will be victorious in the main match that this is. I would say that Damian Priest would be foolhardy to not cash in at this juncture, regardless of whatever happens, and the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match that is on the same night. We don't know the placement of matches, and seeing as this might not be the main event, one would say it would be the first match because that's how Seth rolls. It's either first or last. I don't know. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go here with Seth Rollins for the victory. And of course, once again, if there's a cash in, fine. Is he successful? Probably. I don't see how he wouldn't be, but let's not forget that Shinsuke Nakamura is the man that sent Damian Priest on his path of evil. But, who knows if that continuity even matters to these people for this match specifically. Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. Unless Shinsuke wins. And boy, what a surprise would that be.
Mm-hmm.
Rich the Riz, this match is scheduled for one fall. It is for, as we referenced earlier, the undisputed WWE nickel belts. Not to be confused. Well, we'll just call these the Nickelbacks. The Nickelbacks. Look at this photograph. And in this photograph, you have the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and Juicy Jay Uso or Jay Rizzo, as they're starting to call him somewhere. Here he is, not to be confused with Rich Torres, against these guys. Look, I think the Judgment Day retains the championships, which sucks, but here we are. We're doing the all the gold thing. Uh, yeah, these guys win, and Jay and Cody, they do their best, but numbers game, McRoblox, McMinecraft, McCheese, McFunko. You got Rhea Diarrhea. She doesn't have a match again. Turns out. So really, like people complain about Roman Reigns, but like really, Rhea Ripley is just hanging out with the dudes. Like she's not even doing anything really.
Mm-hmm.
I would go as far to say she's just afraid of Nia Jax, but whatever. That's just me. And also, don't
Controversial.
forget about Dom Mysterio, the man-child, playing with his little toy in the Bloodline locker room. Luckily he wasn't murdered in
Eating
that
chicken
locker
tendies.
room. Yeah, maybe that was his Happy Meal toy. I don't know what the Happy Meal toy is, or if it is a thing even. Me being an adult, unlike Dominic Mysterio. So, Rich, where are you? And you probably have the same thing. You probably have the champions retaining their championships, just like you think you are. But I've got news for you. I'm going to take that championship away from you.
Well, we'll see probably when we get to the tiebreaker. But by the way, I have locked in all my picks already. I do have the Judgment Day winning the match, retaining. Maybe there might be some sort of miscue between Jay and Cody, maybe causing some friction, maybe causing Cody to wonder, did he make the right choice bringing Jay over to Raw, assuming that he actually is trying to mend fences?
Speaking of mending fences, if the main event is not LA Knight, versus
Yeah.
LA Knight, John Cena versus the other line,
Mm-hmm.
then I think CM Punk's showing up. I think CM Punk's gonna come in, and because I was thinking about how Cody Rhodes is talking about how everybody deserves a second chance. He's got Jey Uso a second chance, but who else? Especially with the hubbub on X that CM Punk might be returning to the WWE. Now, some people say this would be a relapse, but I would say it's possible. And I would also say, let's do business. Let's not leave money on the table. You want to make some money. This is how you want to make money. You want to keep the wrestling world a buzz. This is how you make it a buzz. Either Fastlane, or if Fastlane is too stacked, because the rumor is that Jade Cargill will be in the neighborhood for Fastlane. So that's a possibility unless they want to overload the card. There's only 5 matches. Could there be another match in there just thrown in? We don't know. But there is certainly space for it. But I don't think so. Maybe just an appearance. Maybe just a look at me. I'm in the crowd or whatever. Who knows? That thing that they started doing with NXT back in the
Yeah.
day.
I think that might be it. Maybe after the Triple Threat Women's Championship match, she'll come out, which actually, if that's the case, would make me rethink my pick. But I'm not doing that.
Okay, great. So we're both in agreement here. Yes. And so Rich can stop repeating himself. He did lock in his predictions. Shut up about it. All right. Now,
Speaking of the women's triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship, it's Io Sky, the champion, versus Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Now, before I tell you what my pick is, I feel like if they are going to bring in Jade Cargill to wave at or eyeball face to face with whatever, whoever that leaves this match as champion, I feel like if that's what they're going to do, then it's going to be Charlotte winning because stature wise, they line up. You know what I'm saying?
I know a little bit.
But ignoring the Jade factor, because like we don't want to introduce her too early. We want to make sure that there's a good logical storyline in place for her, and if you're taking the title off of Io Sky, that there is something else for Io to then do, right?
Yes.
But ignoring the possibility of Jade confronting the winner, my pick, which I'm still locking in, smart decision or not, is Io Sky to retain. Hopefully, finally, the numbers of Damage Control work in their favor. Jared, what do you got?
Rich there is, you fool.
Yeah,
I
I am.
also am choosing Io Sky to retain her championship, but I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the mighty Jade Cargill. I think we might be having a Kabuki Warrior reunion at the Fastlane. It's possible that perhaps Kairi Sane could help even the odds. Now, on the show, they keep talking about how in a triple threat match there are no disqualifications and how it should favor damage control, which leads me to believe, as much as I have chosen Io Sky, I do reserve the right to return. I'm really not sure here. I choose her because I feel like everybody likes her. I don't think you should take the belt off of her. And for you people out there standing for Dakota Kai because she was holding on to the belt, well, wouldn't she make a great champion? She couldn't even win the NXT championship, okay? Not everybody gets to be the champion. That's why the championship is special. I'm not saying I don't like her. I'm just saying she has a history of being fragile. Or maybe she's got bad luck. Or maybe she's crossed a black cat at the wrong time. Either way, stick to League of Legends, Dakota Kai. Okay, heel persona off. I'm just kidding. Don't even worry about it. But stick to League of Legends. Listen, I don't even know if people still play that game. I've never played that game. But hey, whatever. It's overhyped if you ask me. If Kyrie Sane shows up, there's no extra points, but I'm gonna kick a field goal. Well, everybody, listen, this six-man tag team match is kind of not really a six-man tag team match. Bobby Lashley murdered Rakeem Wild live on television for everybody to see. I mean, the Street Profits with this really double move or whatever thing. He's gone. So Rey Mysterio's decided to make a phone call. So I'm calling it now. It's either Bad Bunny or Carlito. The smart money would be Carlito, but watch it be Dragon Lee or some shit like that. Because, Dragon Lee did show up. Maybe, I don't know why you'd have to call Dragon Lee. I mean, he's probably still there. You could just, go talk to him or something, but whatever. Maybe it's to throw off the Street Profits from the scent so they don't attack Dragon Lee and still make sure that, the LWO is not without a guy. Now, this changes things because I'm here thinking, hey, it's got to be the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. But if the LWO's got a mystery guy, then why shouldn't they win? But at the end of the day, the LWO thing has, lost its luster for me. It never really had its luster from me past Backlash. I see a lot of things happening here. I see the inevitable Santos Escobar turn on Mysterio. I see that.
Can't wait
We're
for
all hoping for that so he can get out on his own. Legado, if you get my meaning. But I'm gonna go here with the competitor profits and let them compete. Wouldn't be cool if they lost their first match together, and yeah, that's how I'm gonna be with that.
So Interestingly enough that you mentioned Carlito, because apparently when I copied the card over from Wikipedia, it said Ray, Santos, and Carlito.
Oh,
So I said I'm
what
not
the
going to change
hell?
my picks. I like your idea of Lashley and the Street Profits. It tracks, but the Street Profits have kind of been disappointing Lashley. He's like, you guys got to step up. You got to prove to me why you deserve my help. And they kind of did, but I don't know. I feel like whoever the surprise is, maybe Carlito, maybe Dragon Lee, maybe someone else. I don't know. Could be Axiom, you know?
What a disappointment that would be.
For you and for myself, yes. For the dozens and dozens of Axiom fans worldwide, I'm sure they'd be ecstatic to see him make his debut on the main card. But for me, meh. But I'm still picking LWO.
Oh my God. Well, it's gonna be nice to be the basement champ once again. But it's not good to count your chickens before they hatch. I wanted to mention something briefly, and I was really disappointed last week on SmackDown that Bobby Lashley finished talking about how much he can't stand Austin Theory.
Mm-hmm.
The Street Profits basically kicked to the curb by Lashley, and they walk right past Austin Theory, who just comes out. He hates the guy. Why didn't they beat his ass? It doesn't make any sense. Like, they should have beat his ass, and they still could have beat the LWO's ass.
It's a
And
good
it's
catch.
not. Thank you. And it's not like they have to have Theory reciprocate, because sometimes they don't care. Sometimes they just move on.
Mm-hmm.
The creative, you know what I mean? Something it's like whatever, you know what I mean? Oh, the heels beat me up, it's fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just talk shit about it later. So I was wondering why didn't that would have been the more logical thing to do, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's it. I think that's what I remember. I remember that being really upsetting for me.
It's more than I remember, but yeah, definitely good call.
All right, so
Main event, Rich the Riz calling here what allegedly might be the actual main event of the evening for Fastlane. John Cena and LA Knight, versus Usos B or whatever. You got Jimmy J and Solo Sikoa. My theory here is Cena and LA Knight. Regardless of what extracurriculars happen, it's John Cena and LA Knight. And yeah.
Why is it that he's Solo Sikoa, but he's their brother? Why isn't he
Because
Solo Uso?
so I
I guess that
believe
sounds weird.
right. I believe that number one, he got his name before the Bloodline storyline,
I'm
and
aware.
he did not want to have to use their name in case he was brought up and like they weren't like whatever. If he wasn't doing something with them, he didn't want to be associated with them. He didn't want it. It's easier to forge your own path if there's not the mental connection of he's their brother.
But he's already there.
Right, but he already had the name Solo Sikoa.
When does that matter? When does that matter in the WWE?
You see, usually you yell at me about trying to put logic to it. You're asking me to put logic to it, and you're like, when does that matter?
Well, Rich Torres, you are a man of facts, are you not?
I am. I'm
You're a
giving you the facts.
You're a facts-based man who believes in nothing.
I believe in facts.
Interesting. Well, I don't understand why they just don't call him Solo.
Maybe eventually.
Why don't they just do that? What's your logic there?
No,
People
I
lose
agree.
their last names all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Well, I have to make the same choice here because I was always going to pick it. You listen? I keep trying to tell people this. You can't keep beating your John Cena is going to get chapped. You know, and LA Knight is too hot right now to take a L. So we'll give it to them. Um, we're gonna have to go for the tiebreaker. You've already have your time in. I'm gonna put my time in at 26 and a half minutes for the main event.
And my time that I already locked in is 27 minutes. So once again, it's a very narrow margin here. But obviously if it's 26 and a half minutes or less, you win. If it's 27 minutes or more, I win. It's 26 and 3/4 minutes. I think 26 minutes 45 seconds is the true midpoint there. Boy,
Rich Derez, Basement Chair, fears guessing against no man. Not even you. I am changed, and I will see you at Fastlane when I raise my own hand above my head and get to be the champion again. It's been a long road getting from there to here. Even from thousands of miles away, I can hear the championship calling to me from somewheres. So, irregardless, what a Fastlane! Looking forward to tomorrow for Fastlane if I can get there. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna talk about No Mercy. This was the free show. Blair Davenport and name?
Kalani Jordan.
Yes. This went the way I think we said the same as Blair Davenport here. Cruella DeVille's distant relative. She's won without the help of Jasper and the other one. I forgot the name of Cruella DeVille's henchman. It's been a while since I've seen 101 Dalmatians. Did you know that Hugh Laurie played one of Cruella DeVille's henchmen in the 101 Dalmatians live action movie?
I did not.
I believe it was Jasper he played, the skinny one.
Cool.
I did not know that until, because I didn't know who the hell he was at the time. Anyway.
I didn't know she had henchmen.
Yes, 2 henchmen. What do you think of that? What do you think of this? This was good, right? Great.
It's the pre-show match. We got what we paid for.
Shock of shocks. Who would have believed, everyone, that Noam Dar, the actual NXT performer, would defeat Butch, sometime SmackDown guy, and it seems to be NXT guy for now again, because there's nothing to do on SmackDown for him. So he doesn't care really where he goes. He did not win the Heritage Piss Cup. Because I always feel like they're taking the piss out of these guys with this cup thing, and it only belongs to one man. This is a Noam Dar Memorial Cup. Let him keep it forever and ever. Rich, what you? Hey.
So I'm all for Noam Dar getting a Memorial Cup because, as we all know, he may not be saying so, but he is mourning the loss of his relationship with Alicia Fox.
It's been a long time. I think it's time to move forward, put your best step forward. Swipe left or right. I don't know. I don't use those things. Get your heycupid.com or whatever. Is that a thing? I don't know. That used to be a thing.
I think it was
maybe you can do Christian single mingles or whatever. Farmers market, something. ShamWow. All righty. Well, Rich, what would you think about this contest that they had there? There was a wrestling match involved in this commentary.
There was. I'm not much of a fan of these round style matches because it exposes the business, and I'll tell you why. Because for example, Blair Davenport versus Kalani Jordan, it went 6.5 minutes and change, and there was one pinfall. These rounds, each round is what, like 3 minutes or 5 minutes, and it's not a good look. It's not a good format for what pro wrestling is, I feel.
Especially with all the shenanigans. Just stick to wrestling. Like, it doesn't need to be this, dude. It's complicated for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you want to do a 2 out of 3 falls match, don't do this. It's lame.
Right.
Well, Rich, I'm going to let you talk about this one first. You bring it in here, how you felt, what happened here, the Dragon Lee of it all. I'm not even going to even.
The Dragon Lee of it all, indeed. He ate, I think it was a super kick. Gets knocked out of the ring. He's knocked out. We get another ref. Of course, there's shenanigans. I think it was Dragon Lee wakes up or whatever. Someone. Dominic tries to use the title on Trick, but Trick hits the flying knee into the title, into the face. 1, 2, 3, and new North American champion. Whoop that Trick Williams.
All right, we got that wrong, but in a way that was a good kind of wrong.
Mhm.
So, but unfortunately, it did not stick. There was a rematch on NXT due to helpful shenanigans from basically the entire of the Judgment Day, including JD McFucko Pop, Trick Williams, who was alone, even though Carmelo Hayes said he would be in his corner. So that, I hope, plays out next week. How you going to leave homie out there by himself? You guys were supposed to be crew, and this is what you do. This is disgusting. I'm appalled by this. I can't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
It was horrible. And Trick's defense, it was the whole of the Judgment Day against him. He's one man all alone out there. I just don't like it. Like, why are you going to do that? Why even put it on him in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna use it to progress the story of Trick and Hayes, the friction in their friendship. So I'm looking forward to that, but I agree that they could have just kept the belt on Dominic in the first place.
Yep. Now he's a 2-time North American champion, so he can brag about that. But it's interesting. They didn't even let him talk on SmackDown today. Not at all.
True.
Nothing. You just saw him. He said nothing, which I thought was very interesting.
It was a Rhea heavy for Judgment Day in particular.
I thought the Judgment Day had no leaders, yet she is somehow the leader, and I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
So
China
last week,
wasn't the leader of DX. Okay,
Right.
She was just there. She was the heavy. She did her thing.
Mhm.
Okay, they want to. It's going to wind up her wrestling men. Okay, if she's going to wrestle guys, then they should be able to hit her. Okay, it just makes it more bullshit.
Mhm.
It makes it bullshit. It exposes the business, as you would say.
Yeah. So I believe, someone correct me if I'm wrong, if you or someone in the comments below, let me know.
I do like Rhea Ripley. I don't want people to get mad at me. I just think she doesn't defend the championship really. Then again, what is the pool here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
So I agree with your last statement that they haven't built up any viable contenders for her. But going back to what I was saying last week, if I recall correctly, Rhea Ripley said that, while there are no leaders, everyone has their own responsibilities. Typically, Finn is the planner, and she will come up with the backup plan. Finn was out last week, or Finn was out the week before, whatever it was, when Dom lost the North American Championship, and she wasn't around because maybe she was promoting the Australia show, or
I think she was
hurt.
selling.
Yeah, she might have been selling, whichever it was. And so her statement was that Dominic lost because they didn't come up with a plan, because she didn't come up with a backup plan. She said that she had asked Priest to take on her responsibility while she was out, and he failed. So I think this is just more of her just taking charge for the moment to get them through this time and away from the previous fail.
But Finn Balor was there on Friday.
Hmm.
What was his plan to have? Why is she the what? What's the backup plan that has her talking to Paul Heyman and ordering everybody out the room like she owns everything?
So I can't claim to know, but I like it. And I did suggest that maybe they would have Judgment Day and the Bloodline sort of team up.
They've done that before, though. It's not new.
They have. Maybe this would be a little more permanent. I don't know. If so, I don't know if I like it, but it's interesting.
I don't see Roman Reigns unless he's in charge. I don't see that working.
Right.
And the whole point of Judgment Day is that there are no leaders.
Mhm.
So
presumably it was a temporary thing. You help me out, I help you out. We had the Usos sort of on opposite side of the ring from each other, although Jay only interacted with, besides Dom, McDonough.
no, he dived, and Jimmy was there.
Oh, that's true.
He was in
But
the catch me pile.
but as far as what's one on one,
Mm.
Jay went. He squared off with McDonough during the initial brawl, and then hit. I think Dom ate everything at the end, right?
No, it was JD
It was
McFunko
JD.
Pop.
Okay, whichever.
Yeah, I thought Cody was gonna tear his head off of his body when he was trying to get him into the crossroads. He was taking forever to get into position. Like, go on, you fuck, crossroads, you stupid bastard.
You know, it's tough to get your arm around a square head like that.
I guess he was just busy selling like a dummy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get so mad. Fucking Judgment Day. All right.
Wrestling can be great, and when it's not, when they screw something up that is good, that is when we feel disappointed.
Yeah, I feel like, because it's so close together, the whole Bloodline and Judgment Day, it's like you just, okay, now they got all the belts, and then there's,
Mm-hmm.
it's time to break things up. All right.
Time to shake things up.
Yeah. And it's probably not with Cody and Jay being tag team champions. It's just too weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand this match. I don't know why. I don't know why Braun Breaker had to do the job for Ghost Rider cosplayer Baron Corbin over here. I'm just beside myself, and it's like Braun doesn't even care. It's like it never happened. You just give it Mello a pep talk.
I don't get it.
Like
Braun was okay as a face, not very good, but he did his job okay.
I didn't mind him.
Right. And as a heel, I'm not feeling it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like he had me for a little bit, and then it's just the weird nicknames. What was it, Badass Braun Breaker?
It's not his fault. Is he calling himself Badass Braun Breaker?
Well, we don't know who came up with it. Either way, it's not helping him. It doesn't matter whose idea it is. It's not helping him.
It matters a little bit, right? Like if I say you're gonna be Rich the Jizz from now on, and you say you worked for me, like you're under contract, like I'm Vince, and I'm telling you, that's who you are. Damn it, you're gonna go out there, and you're gonna jizz all over the ring, involuntarily, and they're gonna slip on your jizz, or you're gonna cover them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
I might quit. I might quit. If that's really the pitch, and like it's not a rib. Like I'm not showing up today.
Well, I don't think that's true. I think you would do the best you could.
Uh,
You're on TV, Vince tells you. I would just be like, I don't know if I could do that though. I might need help. Uh, it's not that easy. I'm not old enough for that to happen to me. Or
or
young
young
enough if you
enough.
think about it. I'm not young enough for that to happen to me.
Man.
Yes, it'd be like, yeah, I'm too old for that to happen to me. Yes.
So you
Back
see,
to this shit. Yeah.
yeah, this is why whoever is the booker needs someone to bounce ideas off of to say, yeah, that's a great idea, but how about maybe he doesn't jizzle over the ring?
Then how do I call? Why are we calling him that then? I don't know. Maybe we should.
So that's a good question. Maybe we don't.
Well, you're off
You
TV
see?
until we figure out something.
Okay.
There you go. All right. Well, I think we said what we had to about this.
Oh yeah, the
and
match happened.
I don't get it. I
Right.
just don't get it. I don't know.
Mr. Stone got involved. We didn't see Von Wagner.
He'll be back. Maybe he'll be back on. We'll talk about that next.
Hey, yo, come on. Next up, we had the family defending against the Creeds. The Garza and Carrillo, the new Wolf brothers.
Lobos.
Yeah, Los Lobos versus these two guys out the mud.
Out of
whatever.
the mud.
Out the mud. And yeah, like I said, Stunad, the family wins.
Yeah, that was pretty easy, right? Like they did the whole, oh, he's out, he can't come in. Poor Stacks and his unfortunate, some people they're just born unattractive. He's all alone. He's getting beat up, and it's like, no, I'm back out of here. You can't get me out of here, whatever.
Yeah, can we get an NXT Premium Live event where they don't have a tag match, where one of the guys or girls gets taken out of the match and then comes back hobbling later? And then
Maybe
wins.
one day.
Please.
Maybe one day, but not tonight.
It's like John Cena. They're just beating it to death.
Just dead horse. Dead to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about this. While, in my opinion, not the best match on the card, I would put it at a close second. Ilya Dragunov shocks the Bookerverse and defeats Carmelo Hayes for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship, brother. Melo missed, and it happens. I just did. I'm glad because having your jersey up twice, that's kind of unprecedented. Come on.
There was someone he beat twice. I don't remember who.
It doesn't matter what you think. So yeah, Dragunov wins. After a while, I'm like, okay, he's got to win, right? We can't keep doing this. Like, he's got to win. He was so beat up he couldn't even climb a turnbuckle to raise his belt up without tripping on Tuesday. That's how tough that fight was. You catch that?
I missed it. I didn't see that.
Yeah, you should probably check it out. But he slipped on the third, the middle rope. He's like that, and he's like, "What my belt?" And yeah, good on him. What do you think about that?
This is going to be interesting. I feel like he can have a good long run with it. I feel like he's been mentioning his former nickname of the Czar more lately. I wonder if they're going to lean a little bit towards that gimmick a little more, which would see him be more dominant than he has been rather than being tough. Like, we'll see him taking less beatings because he's dishing them out. So this is it's a good time for Ilya Dragunov.
So I wonder here, since before we move on to the next one, we should talk about, very important here, what's next for Ilya Dragunov, and why not make this upcoming Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes with, for some reason, John Cena in the corner of Carmelo Hayes. Might not. It's probably, there's nothing else on Tuesday. Why would they do this? Why would they just stack NXT with John Cena in here and then Paul Heyman in Breaker's corner? I mean,
And
that's
Roman
right.
Reigns is going to be on it, but AEW is doing Title Tuesday.
Wait, Roman's going to be there?
That's what Heyman said last week.
Oh, I thought he was there. Well, I thought Roman was going to be on SmackDown on Friday.
That's what they said on SmackDown tonight. But this past Tuesday, Heyman said Roman is going to be on NXT.
All right. I missed that. So, okay, great. So what? Okay. All right. Well, listen. Look, there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of angry people at AEW. And when I say at AEW, I mean Twitter trolls that love AEW so much. They get really mad at the fact that there's good wrestling on Tuesday. It's like, dude, most of us have a DVR. Like, there's no way you're not going to see that. You know what I mean? You can watch both. Support what you like. But it's not just that. Asuka is going to wrestle Roxanne Perez. It's not just that. The Undertaker's going to be there. It's not just that. Shawn Michaels is going to wrestle Hulk Hogan. It's not just that. The Rock is going to come back. The Rock and Roman Reigns are going to have a confrontation on NXT. It's not just that. Becky Lynch is going to wrestle a mop. And it's not just that. Vince McMahon is going to return to TV. It's not just that. Not only that, Stephanie McMahon is going to return and renew her wedding vows with Triple H right on NXT. It's not just that. It's not only that. Jade Cargill will make her debut on NXT when she wrestles Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. It's not just that. Because not only that, we're going to have John Cena team up with The Rock against Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso. It's not just that. LA Knight is going to wrestle Stone Cold Steve Austin.
What?
In a 2 out of 3 falls handicap match. Because Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to team up with Bret the Hitman Hart. And it's not just that. No, because The Undertaker is going to wrestle Kane. And it's not just that. Seth Rollins, if he is still the World Heavyweight Champion, is going to go 1-on-1 with the best in the world, CM Punk. And it's not just that. No. Ilya Dragunov is going to face off against the ring general, Gunther, in a winner-takes-all Intercontinental title match. And it's not just that. No. It's going to be Io Sky tag teaming with Kairi Sane against Asuka and Charlotte Flair for some reason. And it's not just that. I've run out of matches. And it's going to be NXT Takeover Tuesday Taboo. My God.
The announcement of all those matches took longer than the 2-hour time slot that NXT has, even with the 10-minute overrun they sometimes get.
It's not just that. I'm being told that the USA Network has allotted an additional 3 hours to NXT Takeover Tuesday. And it's not just that. Pat McAfee, because they wrestle against the one, the only, coming back for his really, really real final match, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! And it's not just that, because signed up and extended for the Legends contract in a tag team Buckaroo Banzai match. The Dudley Boys are going to take on no other than whoever happened to be the undisputed tag team champions. Either the Judgment Day or Cody Rhodes and Juicy J Rizzioso in the first round banquet match of the soon to be announced Dusty Cup match, brother. With more matches to be announced in the coming days. Because it's not just that.
Is that how Tony Khan books AEW pay-per-views?
It's not just. I don't know. Man. I don't know. I don't think that NXT is going to be able to contain the explosivity of the shovel that's going to bury Adam Copeland in the ground. What is this? What is this NXT Takeover Tuesday taboo juice? What is it even? I don't know. I can't even handle it. Just me talking about it has exhausted me. I'm very tired. I've almost lost my voice.
Mind? Oh,
on
sorry.
to the next segment.
All right. Well, while Jer recovers from all the announcements of that insane, super duper card that we have coming up this taboo NXT Takeover Tuesday, I will introduce here Becky Lynch versus Tiffany Stratton for the NXT Women's Championship. This was an Extreme Rules match. It got extreme early. It got extremely violent. Becky ended up with an extreme hole in her arm that I don't know if Jared's going to post, but it's graphic if he does. It was, yeah, it's on her Instagram. I think they showed it on TV also, and it was gruesome. So she's not cleared after that, but she did successfully retain the NXT Women's Championship with the manhandle slam on top of a bed of chairs.
Look,
You good? You all right over there?
I got rejuvenated thinking about the epicness of this match. Not even ruined by the obviously stupidly fake barbed wire bat. I don't care how much cope you want to throw at this. Cope and seethe, my friends. That thing definitely probably bounced off the ground when it was dropped. It was it was obviously gimmicked real bad. I didn't like it. But other than that, which only took me out of it for like a split couple of seconds because Becky Lynch is the man. Tiffany Stratton has shown that she can hang. Obviously not outselling. She was not on NXT, which is the right thing. That crisp moonsault that she does, right? Like she did it to the outside. The table didn't want to participate in that, but that's neither here nor there. You can't really, as long as nobody got super duper hurt, it was just cool. The Barbie doll spot, that's not exactly like I get it. I get that, but it's not Legos. And also, it wasn't really like used to its potential, I feel like they barely use those, and like all the throwing of them, you be careful, like somebody could lose an eye, you know what I mean? It's a good thing no one was hurt.
Yeah,
So
what took me out of it more than the plastic wire was when the ref told Tiffany Stratton, "Hey, move so when Becky throws and you duck, someone behind you doesn't get hit." Because she was standing like right in front of the crowd, and the ref told her to move, and she moved over to the aisleway
yeah,
entrance ramp.
one other thing that I don't know if this storyline, I don't know if it's learn how to hold brass knuckles, because she had
Right.
that shit on backwards for way
Yep.
too long. And our buddy, the ref, there was like, "Hey, you gotta. That's not how you. They're brass knuckles. They go on your knuckles. That's the wrong way."
Anything you do on TV should be attempted off TV first.
Yeah, like unless you were gonna use the wrong side of it, in which case that's not good. Like
Right.
someone could get really hurt.
Unless, again, maybe it was part of a thing, a bit that they were doing. But if it is, what's really the payoff?
And why wouldn't the announcers point that out if it's part of the bit?
Right.
So that's another thing. Like Booker T should be like, "Come on, man, you should know better. Put the ball back. Put the ball right. Come on."
Well, how'd you get that Booker T soundbite?
Look, there's things I know how to do. You know, technology is my thing, I guess, sort of in a way. I don't know, but
Well, you're younger than me, so
let's not let this episode be a litmus test of that. I am jet lagged. I am tired. I'm trying to get this out to the people, to you, the people. Um, Apologies if there are any audio issues during the at the Wrestle Dream segment. It was technical difficulties on my part, so hopefully everything is cool. Now with this match, the right person won, I guess. It's still ongoing. We had Indy Hartwell, who is back in NXT, where she belongs, I think. For right now, at least, she had took on Valkyria over there, and they had a match. I think Becky's going to wrestle both of them, or did they wrestle each other to figure out who gets to wrestle Becky or something? I don't know.
I think it was the number one contender.
Isn't Tegan Knox like number one contender? Or I guess she has to fight her on Raw.
Yeah, so they're just dividing Becky's time between both, and so she's defending the title on both.
Okay, so Halloween Havoc.
Night one.
Night one. Yeah, there's 2 nights of Halloween Havoc. Interesting. Is the second night on Wednesday? Or are they? Oh, I think I know. When is Halloween Havoc?
I don't know. They actually didn't say.
That's interesting. So once we find that out, it's probably a weekend when there's no PLEs. So maybe it'll be Saturday, Sunday. God
Well, I
damn
don't think it's a weekend. I think they're going to do it on the Tuesdays.
Okay, so
Because
maybe one
Halloween
of
is a
them.
Tuesday. I think Halloween is a Tuesday.
Okay,
Let me see. Yeah, Halloween is a Tuesday. So they might be doing the 24th and the 31st.
maybe they'll pre-tape. Maybe they'll tape them to. Yeah, but why do that to whatever? It should both be live, but because I think one of the Tuesdays they're recording, they're doing pre-tape NXT.
I think a lot of the NXTs are pre-taped. Well, Bookverse, that sums up our Fastlane predictions and coverage of No Mercy. Who do you think is going to win any or all of the matches at Fastlane? Let us know in the comments below. What do you think of No Mercy? Let us know down below. There's a link tree. You can hit us up. Tell us we're idiots. Tell us we ramble.
No, I don't want to be called an idiot.
Let Jared know where he can get an oxygen machine. But I think he's recovered enough to give you this parting message.
Well, Rich, before I give that parting message, I got a parting message for you. That you will be parting with your basement championship come this Saturday at Fastlane. You are on the Fastlane to challengerhood once again?
Well, I firmly disagree. I believe I have made the right picks, both with the one difference we had. What was it? It was something.
It was
something.
LWO you've chosen.
Right. Correct. Good memory.
Thank you.
See, I was just testing you there. Just like I'm going to test you tomorrow at Fastlane.
Well, right now, the match of life is scheduled for one fall. So make it count.
Do what the man says.
Follow the booker.